Gus, what number are we up to, by the way?
I don't even know what number we're up to, but we're back. Hello.
We are back from the abyss of
Cheers.
COVID-19
Yes.
to good health.
Yes. What's happening?
Well, a lot, really.
A lot. Good. It's always a good thing. Yeah, we haven't... I think we tried to do the Zoom chat thing once.
Yeah, that's just... It doesn't work. It's garbage.
It just was not worth it.
Without seeing your ridiculous face.
Especially because you didn't have a laptop, so you're trying to do it on your phone and stuff.
I had it held up against a fucking... What was it? Like a bottle or something?
I couldn't see it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just... it didn't work.
It's too hard, but it's funny, like...
Clunky and dumb.
Doing all this lockdown garbage, like... Listening to podcasts and that sort of stuff, I haven't enjoyed any of the ones that people have done on Skype or Zoom or whatever when I watch them.
It's not human.
Yeah, and so I'm like, it was pointless us even trying to do that because we're hard enough to listen to at the best of times.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. At peak performance, we're terrible.
Mm.
Anything lower than that just becomes,
exactly,
disappointing.
So what's been happening?
Mate, I've been flat out riding bikes.
Good.
Pretty much usual. I've been really doing the usual stuff. I've been lucky enough to be outside of the lockdown.
That's the good thing, just outside the ring of steel.
Yeah, Dan Andrews' ring of steel. So I'm like, I'm just a couple of Ks outside of that, so I can go ride dirt bikes and ride BMX and
do whatever you want.
Do all this shit through the whole lockdown, which has been a godsend, really.
Good. Always a good thing.
Because I found, like, even during it, and I wasn't really affected, and I didn't let it affect me at all, really. Yeah. But I found that it bummed me out. Like, I got fucking proper bummed out. And I'm, like, doing all shit I would normally do.
Yeah,
so I don't know how people that did everything right.
I know a lot of people have suffered mentally, like, really hard over the past few months. So
it's just not a good way to interface with the world, and it's just,
It's not, but at least we're, like, sort of pretty much past it. Like, it's been, like, 3 days of no cases anywhere and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's looking... Hopefully we don't... No one lets it happen again where I think
France is having like 60,000 new cases a day or something like that. Like it's literally that high, and you go, we've been locked down for a bit, but at least now we can actually like get together and do this and stuff around. Yeah,
I guess so. I mean,
oh crap, we haven't got masks on.
Oh fuck, dude, I never fucking wear one.
Yeah, see, for me, because I'm sort of interacting with people all day, I've had to wear one all day, every day, and it sucks.
It really does suck. I just I have a medical exemption because I just say I have asthma now.
It's like the
dude, it fucking bums me out, man. At some point, like for me anyway, I'm like, I got to take my own mental health into my own hands and just say, look, I've fucking got an exemption. Like I'm not. It fucking bums me out, man. Putting one on my face and like you fucking go, oh fuck, I forgot my mask and all this shit. And it's like I'd just rather argue with Karens and
exactly
reverse Karens like on the
Neraks. The Nerak.
I just like man. It's crazy, dude. Like you get No, I don't know. I've had it out with a couple of people.
Now enough coronavirus stuff. I think.
Fucking
already spoken about that. Guess what? I found out the other day.
What'd you find out?
Guess how lobsters communicate with each other?
Well, I don't even know.
They piss through their eyes. And the fumes from their urine coming out of their eyes in the water is how they communicate with each other.
Really?
Yeah. How good's that? That's way more interesting than coronavirus. Yeah. What? Yeah.
They piss out of their eyes?
Apparently, they piss out of their eyes. Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing that you had in your notes to bring up.
Because I just remembered then, because we were talking about the notes we have in our phones and that sort of stuff, and I saw how lobsters communicate, and I had to actually think for a bit. I'm like, why would I put that note in there? Now I remember, so yeah. And so, I don't know, other than the normal, monotonous go to work and come home and that sort of stuff, I haven't really done much. I've been running a bit, like going for runs after work.
That's good, yeah.
It's been good. It's been really good running, but I haven't the last couple of weeks because, I don't know, just...
Laziness?
No, not even laziness. Busyness. Like, just sort of... I think lately, because we've been out, like in the last week or so, being able to see people and that sort of stuff, we've seen someone just about every single day. So, get up and work and like race up here and go do that. But it's actually been quite good getting to like spend a lot of time with the kids on weekends and stuff.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's cool. You got three bags of meat and entertainment
exactly.
Around, so I think
for you, I guess like most times, like you'd sort of be like going home if you're not riding your BMX or your moto. Going home and just sit there, it's like, what else can you really do? Like, you can't go to the pub or anything like that and get a meal. So
yeah.
So but for me, like, I don't know. I don't really go out anywhere or anything anyway.
Yeah, you're pretty chill, yeah.
Well, don't really have the need or the time to do that anyway. So I'm like, who cares? But
yeah,
like,
it's not.
Like I just showed you just before the dirt bike I just got Max.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
not
so,
bad.
Yeah,
hand me down.
Yeah, so
But,
so of course, like because I got it and the bike it's a PW50 and it was running fine and that sort of stuff. But I was like, compression feels a bit low, so I better order a 60cc big bore kit for it and things so like cool. that. And like,
so his first bike's got a big bore kit.
Yeah, well, it's it's like it's going to go from like 2 horsepower to 2.3 horsepower. It's not really.
Yeah, it's about the same as the CL125.
Exactly, yeah. But I just want to put decent foot pegs on it because I've got those stupid rubber foot pegs and things like that. But I'm looking forward to like riding with the boys. I think Wes is probably a little bit way off before he'd be ready to ride it. He'd be able to, but he's not as confident on a BMX as Max is.
Yeah.
Whereas Max is so confident on a BMX, he'll hop on that and go, all right, this is what you do. And he'll go, okay. And he'll be riding better than me in like a month. But, do you remember I said for Wes's birthday we were going to get him a turtle?
Yeah, did you get him one?
We got him a turtle. Yeah,
nice.
Got a turtle, little Sandy, this little turtle. And a tiny little turtle about the size of, no joke, the shell's about the size of a 50-cent coin.
Really?
Yeah, and bloody expensive. But got
like a designer turtle.
Just turtles.
Like a Louis Vuitton turtle.
Yeah, exactly. But turtles are just expensive. And got the turtle, everything's good. And he, the turtle knows Wes because he feeds it every day and that sort of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So when we all go over to the tank, like the turtle's like bouncing up and down, like it's like a puppy. Like it's excited to see him and that sort of stuff. Anyway, after about a month or so, Turtle wasn't looking well. Like a little bit sort of, just a bit lethargic, not as energetic and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Turtle got COVID?
Nah, well, we're just like, what's going on? And Wes was starting to get a bit devastated because he's like, oh God, like his Turtle, like he's, with his kinder mates and that sort of stuff, he's the kid with the turtle. Like everything for him revolves around this turtle. It's his whole world. And then Turtle's getting sicker and what's going on? I took the turtle to the vet and
this little turtle, 50-cent piece turtle to the vet.
Well, it's an expensive turtle and also it's Wes's turtle. Like it's not like just we'll just get another one out of a packet or whatever. It's just so I took it to the vet and the vet goes, I think the turtle like might have been born with like a gastrointestinal problem, like it's not digesting food properly. It got real skinny, it wasn't really eating and that sort of stuff.
How do you do surgery on that?
Well, you can't. That's the thing. So brought it home. This is like 2 a.m. I brought it home and the turtle was like, I ran the turtle under some warm water just to sort of see if it would get a bit excited and sort of playing around. It was sort of moving around a bit, put it in its tank. Anyway, got like about 3 a.m. turtle was thrashing around and it died. Oh, Jesus. So then the next day, having to like tell a 5-year-old that this turtle that he absolutely worships has just died, and he was devastated. And I said to Haley, I go, "It's."
Sure, was the fact that he cooked it under the hot water.
No. Did it properly. I know so much about keeping turtles now because I've done so much research. But like,
they were like, we've got turtle soup for dinner. Is that okay, or is it too soon?
Yeah, but he was just absolutely devastated. As I said to Haley, I go, it's good in a way that his first encounter with like, in inverted commas, tragedy is just a pet turtle. Like it's not like it was a dog that we've had for 10 years or like a family member or a grandpa. Like all his grandparents are still here and that sort of stuff. But it was still like, for me, with the turtle was cool, but I'm like, it sucks. But for him, that was his entire world. So I felt really sorry for him because we're in this lockdown, hadn't been able to go anywhere or do anything. He loves kinder, wasn't able to go to kinder. He's doing like Zoom chats with his teacher and that sort of stuff. And had been talking about this turtle the whole time, then all of a sudden his turtle's not there anymore.
Yeah.
It just sort of sucked. I felt really sorry for him and like...
That's a really sad way to...
Yeah. It's a real bum-out story.
Yeah.
But, and we haven't wanted to get another one yet because I'm like...
Still heartbroken from the first one?
Yeah, he was like... Because he was pretty sort of devastated, so...
You can't replace Sandy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so we ended up having have a burial for a turtle in the backyard because, like, when one of the fish died...
That's so sweet.
Pet fish, like fish are just almost irrelevant. They're just almost disposable. And like one of the fish died, and I told the boys, and they're like, "Oh, that sucks." All right, and we just flush it down the toilet. But with the turtle, it's a bit different.
It's a bit different. Yeah, it's got a shell.
Yeah, exactly. But Yeah, so that was like a bit of sort of a bummer, and I felt sorry for him because it sort of sucks when you got like a 5-year-old who's normally super, super happy. You know what he's like. Like he was, for some reason, he was laughing at you because your coffee cup had different colours on it. He thought that was hilarious.
Well, that's on McDonald's.
And he's normally happy, and then he was literally like bummed out for like a couple of weeks.
Damn.
I felt really sorry for him, but I'm glad he's like sort of pulled out of that funk.
He's pulled out of that funk. He's getting through.
A lot happier now. So yeah, so
that's fucking rough, man.
It is. But then I think about that sort of stuff, and I'm like, yeah, people in other countries, everyone's dying. And I'm like, yeah, we're doing not too bad.
Speaking of people and animals dying, I've been on a carnivore diet lately.
Good. Is it going well for you?
Superhuman.
I love it. It's
Different
awesome.
Guy,
yeah.
I
did it for a couple of weeks, and it was awesome. It was so good.
So good.
Yeah. That's good. What sort of stuff are you eating?
Just like
turtle,
steaks, turtle. Lots of like all sorts of stuff, like a lot of rat, bit of dog.
Dolphin.
Yeah, a lot of dolphin, a lot of club seal.
You got to get the happiest dolphins. The happiest dolphins taste better.
Club seal though, oh mate, that's what's up. Club baby seal.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Yeah. That,
me and mate Zane.
Mainly beef.
Yeah, good. Me and mate Zane have been talking back and forth. We really want to eat swan. I feel like swan would be. It'd have to be a delicacy.
Yeah, it would be.
But I don't know how much truth there is to this. He reckons only the Queen is allowed to eat swans in the Commonwealth. The only person who's legally allowed to eat swans is the Queen.
Really?
He might be having a lend to me. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like something that they would do. Like the Queen would be like, the fucking swans are for me.
Sounds very English, doesn't it?
Swans are for me.
Yeah. That's why
you peasants can't eat any swans.
Swans is probably like a superfood, and that's why she's so old but still so healthy.
Never dies.
It's just a swan diet. She's seriously like just on this swan diet.
Bring me the swans.
All
and
the swans
drag him in by the necks of the swans and like, which swan would you like, Queenie?
All the swans are for her. That's it. So, I think I want to eat swan.
She sends out like swan hitmen to like steal them out of ponds.
Jeez. Yeah, so the carnivore diet's going well. That's good. How long have you been doing that for?
Probably loose. I started kind of loosely like a month ago, and then now I'm more regimented with it. Yeah. So
good.
But yeah, my chick, like, she's all on it. There's like an organic butcher in Beaconsfield just near here.
Yeah.
We just get all our meat from there.
Haley knows the people who own it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll have to hit her up for a discount code.
I don't know if they'll have a discount code for a butcher, but
can I look it up?
We should get him to sponsor the podcast. I want a meat sponsor.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what?
Can we get a meat sponsor?
A meat sponsor for the podcast would be the best thing ever.
Because I think it's Cherry Tree.
You saw those 3 kids of mine inside. You got no idea how much those things eat.
Yeah.
How much meat those kids eat. Not to mention myself. It's ridiculous. The amount of money we spend on meat is insane.
So I think it's called Cherry Tree.
Okay. Yeah.
Butcher thing.
I don't know if that's the one that Haley's friend owns.
Whichever one Haley has the contact to, let's get in touch and we can try to work something out. Because
I don't care.
This grass-fed organic stuff, it is quite pricing.
I'll be a shill for someone if they just give me a cow. I don't care.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, you can buy half a cow. You just need a big industrial freezer. That's the thing.
Have you watched The Cabin with Bert Kreischer?
No.
Bert Kreischer's new TV show.
On Netflix, is it?
On Netflix. I'll tell you one thing. This isn't a...
Is that the one? I saw a clip of him going through a haunted house. Is that on the show?
No, that's not it. There's a cabin in the woods, and Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, and Joey Diaz butcher an emu with a chainsaw to cook and eat.
Really?
You need to watch the show. Yeah, it's just good. It's like I watched it. I'm like, really?
Wow.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Hell yeah, it sounds.
A couple of the episodes are a bit swing and a miss, but I think there's like 5 episodes, and a few of the episodes they just had me.
What's on Netflix?
Yeah. Had me piss myself. The Cabin.
The Cabin.
It's worth watching. It's really good. I was really excited by it too.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh yeah.
We're bouncing around with stories today. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything actually good that I need to tell you. I can't remember. Yeah. Me and Max, because we've been like every night after work, just sort of been going for a run. I've been sort of taking in turns, going for a run either on my own or with Max, because Max will outrun me. He's a machine. And we went to the park, and we've invented a new game. I've invented a new game with the kids, which I reckon you'd probably appreciate.
Yeah.
When we ride to the park, like they've got their bikes there, we take, the Vortex football things.
Yeah.
And they have their helmets on, and they run away from me. I have to throw it at their heads. It's called Vortex in the head. So they've got their helmets on, and
Vortex in the head.
They've got their helmets on, and as they're running away, I have to throw the Vortex at their heads. So what I did the other day is I took some blue tack in my pocket with me. You know the Vortex's whistle when you throw them?
Yeah.
Because they've got the little holes in them. So what I did is I put blue tack in the holes so they can't hear it. And it's so funny seeing a kid running away from me. You hit him in the back of the head with a Vortex. It's my favourite. I've got to get some video footage. I think the Vortex in the head should be in the next Olympics.
Vortex in the head is the best.
Vortex in the head made me happy.
I love a bit of child abuse for fun.
Well, Max actually suggested it. He goes, "Can you throw this?" He goes, "Can you throw this to me when I'm running away from you?" throw it at you. And he starts laughing. He goes, "Yeah, throw it at me when I'm running away." Sounds good. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
what else? Fun.
What else been happening in your world? How's down Gippsland Way? Down your way.
Down my way. Bass Coast.
Bass Coast, that's the one.
Yeah, it's been great.
Is it pretty quiet down there? Like no tourists and stuff?
Yeah, well, no tourists and all that through the ring of steel, which is great.
Yeah. Have you had to stop at checkpoints much?
I have to stop every day.
Every day you've been going?
At the checkpoints, yeah. So I'm like, I love fucking with the cops too. They're like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm in my work. I got high vis on in a work car. I'm like, I'm just going surfing for the weekend. And they're like, huh? I'm like, no, I'm going home. Here's my license. And they're like, oh, very funny. I'm like, I'm just going to a house party, or I just like...
Just going to go do crystal meth with me nana.
Yeah, so, it gets a bit annoying though. I did find a way to drive around it.
Oh.
So, because sometimes I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's above board.
Yeah.
Cops. It's above board. I'm allowed to, but yeah, it's just a bit of a bloody...
Well, you're doing the same thing every day.
I mean, they have to know me by now.
Yeah, exactly.
They wave me through.
Yeah.
But they don't.
No. Fun.
So that'll be good when that's done. They can get rid of that. It's just a bit of a pain, especially when you're coming home from work. It's like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, especially because you work so late.
The last thing I want to do is fucking stop the cars.
Exactly. Yeah.
Get home. And I've been doing that, and then renovating my house and stuff, which blew out of budget.
Yeah,
because I was looking to spend sort of 15 or 20 grand, and now I'm up to 50.
Yeah.
And I've had to sell 2 dirt bikes and all sorts of shit to get through it. Yeah, the house has come up awesome.
Because it's a cool house anyway.
Yeah.
Just needed a bit of stuff done to it to make it perfect. So
so it's done a little extension, and I've got a shed out the back now. Which is awesome. So when I set that up, we can do podcasts out there.
Yeah, so you did a little extension.
Yeah, so I got where the front deck was, I guess you'd say, we enter, that's extended out, so the house is there, and then the entryway's around the corner a bit. So cool. Now I've got a walk-in robe and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I had real estate through a little while ago just to get it valued, and they're like, I just don't have enough storage space, so now I've got heaps of storage space.
That's awesome.
And I full opened up, so it had the walkway across the top and stuff.
Yeah.
All that's all gone now, it's all open. I've got a pendant light that hangs off the roof.
Cool.
I've got that full high ceilings now.
What have you done as far as stairs and stuff go?
So I got stairs up one side, and then the other side I'm going to run an attic ladder.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So that's hidden or whatever.
Just
so
a storage
little
sort of thing.
hangout sort of, storage little room there or whatever. So
meth lab.
Yeah, a little meth lab, or
Well, you got to pay for the reno somehow.
Well, that's it. Jesus Christ. At least now we're doing podcasts again. That'll be nice and lucrative, so I can make a bit of screw.
Yeah, we can make some crazy podcast money.
Which should be great. So that's one thing we're missing, that sad party cash.
Yeah,
not rolling in.
Yeah, the sweet sad party coin.
Yeah,
it's been weird not spending money to lose more friends every month.
It's been great.
Strange.
Man, it's been crazy times, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's all happening.
It's one of those things
I had a good one actually. Yes. Here's one for you. You like this?
Yeah.
So I had a bit of an issue with the local fire department down my way. So
how's that go?
Well, what happens is you have with building, there's obviously some piles of wood and stuff that you need to get rid of somehow.
Yeah. So
generally that turns into fire.
Ah, fair enough, I suppose, because you've probably filled up your neighbour's bin with all your other stuff anyway. So.
Yeah, that's right. I've done the loop of the fucking bins. And it was like a Sunday night, and I'd had a couple of beers at this point.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll set this fire up and see how it goes. Let's try to get rid of all this wood and all this shit. So I set it off, and it was a bit windy, and there was some embers flying across a few houses.
Yeah.
And it was a bit out of control. It was a fairly large fire. And this guy comes around, and he goes, like, this neighbour comes over and he's banging on my door. I'm like, hey, mate, what's going on? Like, what's happening? And he's like, mate, you got to put that fire out. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm just burning off, man. He's like, you can't have a fire here. It's residential. I'm like, man, I'm in Pioneer Bay in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Like, why are you here?
It's not like it's the middle of summer.
He's like, oh, well, you better put it out because the fire department's coming. Like, I called the fireys. I'm like, oh, God, all right. So I got my garden hose there, and I had an excavator there as well, and a garden hose, and I put it out. And it was this smouldering little mess. And I look up the driveway, and then I just see
little mess.
And all these fire trucks coming. There's like 3 fire trucks. And the guys got out, and they were young dudes or whatever, and they come down like, I'm like, oh, why are you guys here? And they're like, oh, we had a complaint about this fire. I'm like, oh, okay, like, let's put it out. It took 2 seconds. And they walk down the back, and they're like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. Like, I just put it out, had the hose here, the machine here, like, it wasn't going any. He's like, yeah, no, you had it under control, it's all good. And he's like, oh, look, it probably looked a little bit big. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know what oh, it's huge. It's insane.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But I got it out pretty quick. But, yeah, and they're laughing or whatever, and they're like, yeah, you know, you can't. I'm like, man, it's like the middle of winter, I'm in Pioneer Bay, like, what's the worst can happen? And they're like, oh, you kind of need a permit and stuff. I'm like, okay.
Well, I had exactly that happen here a couple of years ago.
Really?
In the back of which is in a residential, and it was the middle of summer. I can't remember what I burnt. It was a heap of wood, but then I had something, I think it was like...
plastic.
That was like a mattress or something. Like,
okay, you got to burn a mattress.
But I was just... I don't know, like I was just sitting there and I'm putting things in the fire and the fire was getting bigger and I'm like, oh, that's right, yeah, it was a mattress. It was a mattress from one of the kids' cot, one of the kids when they were younger, the cot that they had, and I chucked the mattress in and I'm like, oh, that's very black smoke coming off that. And yeah, then fire trucks rocked up, but I'm like, I get it, they've got to do, like if they get a report that there's a heap of black smoke coming from a fire. It probably looked like an appliance fire or something like that. I don't know, but it's just a fire.
Oh, fucking.
I had a couple of motorbike tubes I chucked in it too.
Oh,
so, yeah. So they probably burnt.
Yeah, there's a bit of bad shit in mine as well, but you know what? Yeah,
that's right. Pioneer Bay.
Yeah,
it's fine. Exactly.
Well, yeah, if that did happen to Winch, it would have been bloody just about done by then. By the time we got there, now I had to reburn it the next day.
Exactly. Well, at least at least you got their permission.
Yeah, that's right. A bit of excitement anyway, so that's good.
I'm trying to think if there's anything.
Oh, and then my fucking brother as well.
Oh.
So this guy was from 2 doors up, right? And my brother says to me, oh, this guy come, like, because the boys were working at my house and my brother's did all the renovations and stuff.
Oh, good.
And he's like, we took my front steps off and I told him about this guy 2 doors up. This fucking guy fucking stitched me out, like dogged me into the fire or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, this guy come down and grabbed these stairs and took off with them. And he said he was from 2 doors up. I'm like, what do you mean? Was he like this old guy? Like, I described the guy to him. He's like, yeah, I think that was him.
Took the stairs.
And I'm like, he fucking took my stairs. And he's like, yeah, man. Like, he just took them. And I was like, are you fucking serious, this fucking guy? I was like, if I see him, I'm going to yell at him, fucking dog me in and everything. And then, what happened the next day, my brother's fucking laughing with the boys about it. He's like, oh, the guy never took the stairs.
Oh,
he's just been fucking with me. And then he told my next door neighbour.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Mitch is really upset about that neighbour. Like, it's been, like, really weighing on him. Like, the neighbour talked to him and stuff. I'm like,
your brother's better than you. That's good.
Oh, fuck, yeah, it's good. He's the worst. He's like a little, like, firefighter. He stirs the pot a bit.
So it should be. So, back to what you're saying. So you sold the bikes, you just got the 125 now?
Yeah, just got my 125. So, it's been good. I've been riding it a little bit.
The thing about the 125 is you can ride it, you have fun on it. It's probably going to cost you less to run than all the other bikes.
Well, I mean, until the radiator mount snaps off.
But that's because you like to ride things a bit too hard. You need to just be more of a pussy and you'll be fine.
I was at the track last weekend and I'm like, I looked down and like my radiator's flapping. I'm like, oh god, here we go. So I went over to my car and my mechanic Nick was over there from Garage 65 and he's like, I'm like, man, my fucking radiator snapped off. And he's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, man, have a look at this. And he's like, looked at it, he's like, I could cable tie it back on. Yeah, I'm like, really? And you're like, yeah, you fucking cable tie it all on. That bike
there has so many cable ties. There's actually, if you have a look at the front, just have a look under the radiator there. Have a look. You'll have to get up around the frame.
Nice bit of twine.
Yeah, a bit of rope. You've got rope holding it together. And have a look at the front number plate just in front of the handlebars.
Oh, the paper clip.
Bulldog clip, yeah, it's good. Sometimes you just need to just fix it with whatever's there.
Yeah, that's it.
And then not fix it properly for
But it
years.
wasn't at the bush, so that's why it's a bit different.
Yeah, that's alright. It's good. Well, and I think that's pretty much it for this one. We're up to 25 minutes. I reckon we should...
Yeah, put a pin in it.
We'll put a pin in it and we'll regroup. I'm busting for a piss.
Go for it, yeah.
We'll regroup and then...
Slash Gordon.
What's going on there? Oh, well, phone's blowing up with messages because...
Shouldn't look at that thing.
Someone took a photo of one of my mates and they're all just sending it around with photoshops of dicks and stuff all over his face. So I'll show you once we're not recording. So, yeah. All right, well, I don't know. It's been fun.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, bye.
Party's back.
Yeah, we're back and we're gone.